Hi everyone, it's a full house today. Guess what? Garlic cheesy dough balls are very popular in this house. Okay, so we've got Max and we've got Erin. So if you're joining us with kids, hopefully they will enjoy the fact there is another pair in front of camera today. Yeah?
Yummy.
Yummy, yeah it is. Right, so in the ingredients I have said you can use dried or fresh. So we've got fresh. Do you want to guess what that one is?
Herbs.
Well, it is a herb. Do you know what kind of herb?
Is it thyme?
No, it's parsley. Parsley. And do you know what that one is?
Thyme.
No, it's Mummy's favourite. No, it's basil.
Oh.
Okay, both of you, go on. What's that one?
Mint.
No!
Thyme.
No.
Parsley.
Can you smell it? Do you know what it is by smell?
Lavender.
No, rosemary.
Oh.
And we've got some garlic as well, haven't we?
Garlic.
We're going to crush it up. It's in little cloves there.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Right, so we have got a proving time today because we're doing a yeast, we're doing a bread product. We do have a little bit of proving before you need to put them in the oven. But if you want to be ready, it's not too long. We're talking half an hour. So if you do want to preheat your oven, it's 220 degrees or 200 for fan or gas mark 7.
We've also got highs from Donna on the Isle of Wight, Louise from London, Barbara in County Durham, Anna in Wiltshire. We've got Jan in soggy Worsthorne.
Oh dear.
While Sarah's in sunny West Sussex.
Weather report as we go.
Got Elisabetta, ciao from Italy.
Oh, hi.
Sheila from Guildford. Moya from the Isle of Wight. So,
fantastic. All over the place, including Italy. That's cool, isn't it? Yeah. Right, shall we get going?
Yeah.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to say we'll do this in stages, and when we've got to a point we'll say give us a thumbs up just so that we know we're going at the right speed for you. It's quite a simple dough recipe, to be honest. It's just we then get a bit adventurous with what we do with it. Right, so I'm just going to push a few things out of the way to begin with, ingredients-wise. Oh, sorry, Erin. Sorry, Max. Just leaning all over you. You're going to need 300 ml of warm water. Oh, yeah, that's nice and warm, but not too hot. Oh! Right, let me do the reaching because I'm higher up, aren't I? So, to that, so I'm going to clean that up. To it, we're going to add a teaspoon of sugar. Let me just move a few things to the side.
While you're doing that, we've also got Francis from Chicago.
Oh, hi.
Claire joined us first time from Ilkeston.
Hiya. Oh, yeah, if you're here for the first time, do let us know. Right, I'm just going to have a little bit of a yeast mop up. Hang on. It is always you, isn't it, Erin?
Kirsty has asked what target bowl shape size.
Right, so I would go... thanks, Erin. I would go for something around... 20 centimetres. You can go for like an 8-inch or 9-inch cake tin. Thanks, love. Or I'll show you what we're using. Or a dish. It just needs to be oven proof. So I've got a glass dish here, and I'd say, am I right, Mr. Beesbake, about 20 centimetres? Yeah, about 20-25. You're going to fit in about 16 dough balls. So go with that. If you're using a dish and you think, I'm not going to fit all of these dough balls in, you just put enough in, and then you could always do a separate dish and split it up into 2. It won't matter. So if you think, I haven't got the right size, go for 2 dishes and we'll just work it out as we go. Right.
Can you repeat how much water is in there? 300
ml of warm water, and Erin's going to add just a teaspoon, that's it, lovely, of sugar, just caster sugar, into that, and she's going to give it a stir.
Julie's asked, she's using wholemeal strong flour. Does she need to add more water to it?
I think probably the best thing to do is when you've got it into a dough, if your dough looks dry, add some more water then. And the same if you're using a flour and you've put it all together and it looks a bit wet, then you can add a bit more flour. I'd say that's probably the best time to do it. If you know that flour you're using tends to absorb a bit more, you could put a little bit extra in, but I just find it safer to add it at that dough stage. You all right, Max?
Yeah.
Yeah? Right, so Erin has now dissolved the sugar into that jug. Max, do you want a job?
Sure.
Okay. So to that, we're going to add 7 or 10 grams of yeast. If you're using a sachet of fast-acting yeast, that sachet, it's about 7 grams, is fine. If you've got a bit more, it's no problem. This can be fresh or dried, it doesn't matter. And we're going to add it. I've already pre-measured it, so you're fine. Okay, Erin, thank you. And Max is going to put that into the water. That's it. Perfect. And can you just give that a little stir just to coat the yeast? It's not going to dissolve. It's just going to sit on the top. I think I said it looks like a bit like leftover cereal in a bowl, doesn't it, when it's stirred in? But just keep it in the water rather than on the side of the jug. And once it's coated, that's it. You can just leave that then, Max. It's as simple as that. And what that does is that's going to activate your yeast to help it grow. So you will see it float on the top of your water, and then it should start to foam a little bit, a few bubbles, and you'll see a little bit of growth. Oh, sorry, coming back.
Can you repeat again what's gone in there? People are asking about the measurements.
Yeah. So you've got 300 ml of warm water. You've got 1 teaspoon of sugar.
And 7 to 10 grams
7 or 10 grams of yeast, and that can be fresh or dried. Well done, guys. So, is this bubbling, guys? Can you see? Does it look like there's a few bubbles?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's only it's not like cauldron-like. There's nothing like massive. It's just little tiny like fizzy bubbles almost that are just breaking the surface. So I'm going to leave that very carefully, Erin. Don't go near it. To the front there, and we're just going to put together the dry ingredients. So are we all okay? If we have a thumbs up to that, yeah? You're okay. Brilliant, we've got some thumbs up. Max, could you put the flour into the big bowl for me? Yep. We're using 500 grams of strong white bread flour.
And she's been asked for a close-up of the
absolutely. It's quite hard to get a close-up of that.
It's quite difficult. Slightly bubbly.
You have to hold it above the comments. I was editing one the other day and it was quite hard to see above the comments.
If I do that, I'm going to spill it.
It's not much, honestly. It's just, if you were to just watch it and do nothing else, you'll see that from looking like little grains, it's looking like a bit of a puddle of foam on the top.
Don't you spill it on me.
I'm not going to spill it on you. But you can see the bubbles. It's not really like going. It's just every time you look at it, it looks like it's just, there's a white kind of puddle that's getting bigger across the surface of the water.
It looks like left out milk for 1 week.
It looks like left out milk, do you reckon? Okay. Right, so in the bowl, we've got 500 grams of the strong white flour, that's bread flour. And we're going to add a teaspoon of salt.
Teaspoon.
Right, are you going to hold the spoon and I pour the salt?
And then I tip.
Well, okay, you have to hold it over the bowl and then we don't get...
Gina's just checking, it's 500 grams of flour.
500 grams of flour, yep. There you go, Erin, you can add that.
And Jan can smell it working. I'm assuming she's talking about yeast.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Right, who are we going to get to stir? I think we should get Max to. You've just done the salt. We have to do it in turns, otherwise we're going to have fallouts, aren't we? I wonder if any of you out there can identify trying to bake with 2 children. Right, there we go. Mr. Busy Baker's just put his hand up. Excellent. So we just stir that salt into the flour. You all right? Yeah. Excellent. So this is a basic bread dough that we're making. It's as basic as it gets, really. Well done. What we need to do is add the liquid to the flour. We haven't had masses of time on this, but if you can see that it's activating, you're fine, really. We'll give it a minute longer. Don't do anything yet, love. We'll give it a minute longer. But some of our recipes, we try to leave it a bit longer so we get like a centimetre of growth from the yeast activating. But as long as you can see it's done something, you'll be fine. You don't like the smell of it? No?
I like it.
Serena's identifying working with children. She's got ones age 8 and 6.
8 and 6, yeah, you have a tough time. But well done, kids.
And Pat's apologising for being a bit late. She's catching up though.
You're fine. So I'll just go through a quick run through whilst we wait for that yeast.
Smell it.
Yeah, it's very yeasty. It's a bit like old socks, isn't it? So we've got 300 ml of warm water. We added a teaspoon of sugar, stirred that in, and then we added our 7 or 10 grams of yeast into that jug. And we've just left that for a minute for it to activate. And then Max, who looks like he's trying to do a sand sculpture or something, we've added 500 grams of bread flour and a teaspoon of salt to the large bowl there. That's it. That's all we've done. Right. Are you enjoying Max doing that? So, guys, you're going to work together now.
Yeah.
We're going to add the liquid into the flour along with 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So, Max, if your sister starts stirring, if Erin starts pouring, can you start putting it all together?
Yeah,
And
I'll make your sandcastle.
go on then.
I've got a note now.
So we're just pouring that liquid into the flour.
What happened to the
And you'll just see a few kind of like yeast kind of soft lumps going into it.
What
That's
happened
it.
to the sandcastle?
Go on, put it in.
It's not.
Watch that it doesn't. That's all right. Max will catch the edges. Don't worry about that. You just pour it in, Erin. Oh, careful. There we go. Should pass that to me. There we go. Sorry, love. That's it. So Max is just going to mix that in. And Max, if we just put a bit of olive oil in it as well, I'm going to go for 2
That was
big glugs of olive oil there.
That was big. It was bigger than.
It was a bit. There we go. So Max is going to give that a nice big mix together until we've got a ball, well, at least a rough dough. We'll knead it into a nice smooth ball.
What's the next bit?
Well, you have to wait for the next bit.
Oh.
So this, you've got to use your muscles a bit on this. If you do have a machine with a dough hook, you are welcome to use that instead. But I quite like the bit of workouts. Do you want me to hold the bowl as well, Max?
I'm good.
You okay? Get your muscles working on that.
Baking helps you get muscles.
You're going to have to speak a bit louder for people to hear you because I've got the microphone here.
Ah.
So.
How's everyone doing? Get some thumbs up if you're working your way to this stage.
Keep going.
And Annette was saying, was that just oil?
Yeah, just olive oil. Just a couple of tablespoons of that.
I want to show them what
If
it
Louise is
looks
using a
like.
mixer, how long?
So I would say if you've got the dough hooks and you're using a mixer, you can do the kneading process with that as well. So I would say 10 minutes and you're fine.
Well, I can't remember.
What went into the flour? Is it just
Just salt.
salt?
So it was just the salt, and then so we mixed the bread flour and the salt together. And that was just a teaspoon of it, and then it was the liquid and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That looks pretty good, Max.
Crumbs though.
There's a few crumbs, but probably you need to get your hands into it. Are you all right with that?
Yeah.
Do you want me to scrape down the spoon? Are you okay?
It smells nice.
You like the rosemary?
It smells nice.
It smells nice. Right.
It was nice from a piece of lamb.
It does smell really good like that. There we go. Right. Go on then, Max. Get your hands in there.
Yay.
So, Max, Erin, you wanted to show everyone what it looked like. Max, do you want to lift it up? There. So at the moment, it's a very rough dough, which I wouldn't bring out of the bowl yet because it's still got little bits. So Max is going to press it all together in the bowl to combine it. You can do some in a minute.
You'll need to take turns, you'll get tired.
Well, I'm going to split the dough up into 2 and you can both do some kneading.
Mark asked how much olive oil?
Just 2 tablespoons.
It's gooey like that pizza dough that I
Well, it's very similar to the pizza dough, isn't it?
Yeah. Getting this ready for after you
Yeah.
put it. The sprinkle.
Not
Erin,
to pick it up, I believe.
just leave that there for a minute and then we can't tip it if it's not open.
I want that.
Still got a bit of yeast on the
It's
table.
open now.
Rona says she recommends a wood-handled dough stirrer. It's very good.
Oh, okay.
Christmas present ideas.
Yeah. You know what? I was looking back on the workshops as I was writing the recipe book, and the amount of times someone's recommended something and I've shouted out, Christmas present idea, Mr. Boozy Bakers needs to go and watch all those videos.
Christmas.
Loads of ideas.
Kirsty's isn't combining.
Right, so can I have a look, Max? Can I have a go for a sec? So, yeah, this is, if it's sticking to your hands, then you have got moisture in there. Hang on, Erin, let me just, you can properly do it in a minute. It's coming together. It will need kneading to make that into a smooth ball. If you've got loads of flour and you've put your hands in there and it's just not coming together, just put another tablespoon of water or a bit more oil into it. Right, let me just come in for a second. Sorry, just squeeze my way in.
Can you cut it like this? Yeah.
Hang on. I'm going to put a bit of flour in front of Max.
And a bit in front.
And a bit in front of you. Oh, sorry.
So Sophie's saying her dough is quite sticky. Is that okay?
So if it's too sticky to handle, just put a bit more flour. If it's like mine's a bit sticky at the moment, but by the time we've kneaded it on a floured surface, it will be fine. So just try and assess how sticky it is. I mean, really, by the end of it, you won't have any bread the bread dough sticking to your hands. It should be off of it.
I've made my
Right, so you need to do the kneading. You press down, fold over, press down. Okay.
Just sorting out the flour, which you ruined.
So don't. So press down, fold over, press down, and we're going to keep doing that. And it's about 10 minutes. If you have got kids helping you or another adult around, you know, if you split it into two, you've got less to do yourself. It actually does ease it a bit.
And Jean's asking, can she use lazy chopped garlic from a jar?
So I've done this, thank you. I have tried doing that. You can definitely do it. I don't think it's quite as potent as a fresh garlic. So maybe add a little bit more than you would normally.
As for the amount of garlic, earlier in the week when we made one, Michelle was quite worried about it not being so garlicky, but then I went to the shop with a mask on afterwards, and I can assure you it was very garlicky.
yeah, be warned, you don't want to wear a mask after eating the garlic dough balls.
Cracks in mine.
There is cracks at the moment, so don't worry about picking up the flour. The flour's just there to help you if you need it. Look, you don't need to put the flour on it, darling. It's got enough flour in it. You just need to give it a really good knead so that it's just a nice silky ball. And it's not, look, you see there, it's sticking a bit.
Yeah.
That's when you use a bit of flour just to stop it sticking. Just keep it there. Max, is yours looking all right?
It's a bit sticky. Yeah.
It's a bit sticky still. Shall we combine them together? Shall Mummy have a go? Go on. Put them both together. We're going to put them together.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that it's all right. Come on, you. Yes, yes, yes. Right.
Sophie's asked, can you freeze these?
Yeah, you can. What I would do is once you've made them into the dough balls, particularly if you want to put the mozzarella in, then I would freeze them at that point, and then when you want to use them, bring them out, let them defrost, and let them do their proving after they've defrosted. Right, that looks a really good ball of dough, guys.
Keep on doing on my fingers.
Hang on, let me show everyone else. That's what we've got. So we've still got a few creases at the back, but it's become a really nice ball of dough. You like it's a nice feel now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Smooth. So what we're going to do is, hang on, Erin. I'm just going to put that back into the bowl. Erin, stop. I'm going to put that back in the bowl just to put it to one side for a minute. We need to move on to cutting up some mozzarella to put into dough balls. Right, lots of thumbs up. You don't have to do two jobs at once. I'm just splitting these up so that both kids all have something. No, we're not going to be silly with knives. I've put the cover on for a minute and you'll have to wait until I give you the job to do, okay?
Okay.
Right, so with the mozzarella, right. The mozzarella we want into 16 pieces. So guys, now do them both, and we'll have to do it like that. Use one board. So wait. You need 8 pieces each. Okay? So try and do 16 equal pieces or thereabouts of mozzarella. So yeah, cut it in half first. Erin, what? Yeah, that's like, watch your fingers. Then cut it in half again, because we're using equal amounts, aren't we? 8's quite easy to do. That's it. And then cut it in half again. That's it, Max.
Is it possible to over knead your dough?
Can I cut
Not by hand. In a machine, yes, but not by hand.
Done. Can I cut it
1,
this
2,
way?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well done. Yeah, you can do it that way.
Shall I start doing the dough?
No, we're going to wait for Erin. So you should have the mozzarella, and I know I said 150, and someone said, actually, I've only got 125. That's fine. Actually, having looked, ours was only 125 as well.
7, 8.
Brilliant.
Ta-da!
So 16 pieces of mozzarella. Let's put it back in the bowl, just so we've got it ready. Hang on, Erin. Wait, because I've got to get everything cleaned up. Have we got thumbs up on the cutting of the mozzarella? Brilliant. Right, so now you're going to want to divide your dough into 16 pieces. Now, if anyone wants to get really technical, I found that you had roughly 50 grams per ball.
Really?
Yeah, they weighed out about 50 grams per ball.
So
you're going to need to do 8 dough balls. Now remember, guys, when you do this, let me just show you, Erin. Remember that you've got pointy bits here and a thick bit here. So if I were you, I would just make that into a bit more of a solid shape, just to get it's a bit more even. Okay? Okay, watch your fingers. Oh look, they've used some techniques. There we go.
I learned this one.
So I would keep going in half. Keep cutting things in half. It's gets a bit more accurate that way.
It's a bridge.
Okay, we're gonna have to push down on it. Do you want a bigger knife?
Yeah.
Okay, let's swap. So again.
Cut in half.
So there we go. It is a bit stretched. Right, there we go.
I need to cut up. I have 4 there. And
Okay, watch your fingers.
This one.
That's it.
Oh no.
Okay, it's alright, Erin. You can pull apart because you're going to reshape them like your brother is. Well done, Max. That's it.
I'm going to sort them out after I cut them all.
Okay, careful of that knife. Remember, it's long.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Only one was.
Hang on. Okay. How are we doing?
I'm shaking these now.
Right. When you have them all shaped, Max, can I borrow one of yours or use one of yours? What you want to do, do tell me if I'm going too fast. Push it out. I know you've made lovely dough balls, but if you push it out so it's flat, like that, just it will sit in the palm of your hand. It doesn't have to be exact. And then you want to get a bit of the mozzarella and stick it inside, and then pinch it all together. It's a bit like a dumpling.
Delicious.
And you want to pinch all the creases together to stop your dough from coming out. So you've got a nice smooth bit, and then underneath you've just pinched it to seal that cheese in.
Do like this.
It really does look like a dumpling.
That's it.
Christine's still cutting, so just.
That's okay.
You've got plenty of time to show that again.
Yeah.
And then mozzarella.
That's it.
Delicious.
That's it. And you pinch it all together, but you have to do all the sides, Erin.
Okay.
So you can bring it all together in like a circle. So bring it all up to the same point,
Dumpling.
like that,
I
and
like
pinch.
Dumpling.
The worst that's going to happen, if it's not pinched correctly, is you end up with a little bit of melted cheese on the outside of your dough. It's not the worst problem in the world. It's rather delicious. Do you want some help just finishing that one off? Yeah?
My dumpling.
Okay. Well done, Max. You're steaming ahead there.
And Joe's asked, are we using the garlic here?
We are not. No, we've just added the cheese to the inside of our
Here's
dough.
a way to do
I know
it.
you are thinking, where did the garlic bread come in here? But don't worry, we haven't forgotten.
Here's a way to do it. Make into a ball, then high five yourself.
Yeah, okay, so high five the dough.
That's a good way to
Excellent.
think it.
Yeah, high five the dough,
High five.
and then reward it with a bit of mozzarella, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then make into a dumpling.
It's loving this. It's been great to see the children doing it.
Yeah, so they were doing quite a few in the summer, weren't they? But they've come away for a while. What have you been your favourites? What have you really enjoyed doing?
Pizza.
Cookies.
Pizza for you and cookies for you.
And
Which ones?
pizza.
Which
I like
cookies?
cookies and the triple chocolate.
Triple chocolate cookies. I think they are a
The
favourite,
shortbread one
aren't
was
they?
good as well.
You like the shortbread? And pizza making.
Yeah.
I like the pizza making.
So whilst these two are making up all the dough balls, well done. And they're doing very well. Just to let you know, if you're part of a company and you've found out that your Christmas party can't happen and you're all feeling a bit miserable about it, please do consider that Boozy Bakers will do private workshops. A lot of them have been over Zoom, and we'll bring the fun to your work over online, and we can do little private workshops. Grab a glass and we'll do something, and it's more intimate. We can see your faces. We'll ask you what you're doing. They are really good fun. We did one in the week. We had a lady in Mauritius. We had a family in Germany. A load of people in London, and we made pizzas, and it was great. So if you are interested, we are getting quite booked up with them. So do get in touch, and we can send you further details. I'm sorry, Erin.
Dumplings.
Becky says she liked Max's stuffed crust pizza. And Annette said, can the kids show the cheese wrapping again?
Okay, Erin, Max. I'm going to let Max do one as well, okay? Because I
Do
want.
dumplings.
Right, Max, to the camera. Can you show what you do? Hang on, I'll bring the microphone back.
Dumplings.
Right, hang on. I've got the microphone here, so you tell them what you do.
I stretch it out. It's quite big. I take a piece of mozzarella and I sort of press it in a bit, and then I take two ends, pinch them together. Sorry, it's just a bit hard to do in the air. And then take the other two.
So you treat it like a box.
Yeah.
You try and find corners to begin with.
Yeah. And then I just pinch it together. I find it quite good to give it a bit of a roll once it's done.
And then what do you do? Any creases, you're just pinching together a bit.
Dumpling.
Well done. I hope that helps. Once you've got all your dough balls done as Max is doing, just grease. I'm just using a bit of olive oil. Sorry, Max, I'll just come over you.
Yep.
Just put a bit of olive oil in your bowl. I'm probably using the equivalent of about a tablespoon. And just, I'm just even going to use my fingers, you know, and just
Dumplings have survived.
just grease the edges and the bottom of your bowl. Sorry, Erin, I'm going to keep catching your head today. It just seems to be at the right height.
Dumplings have survived.
Yeah, but you're not listening to Mummy very well, are you? There we go. So I'm going to just, sorry, Max,
That's right.
move that bowl.
You got oil on me.
You'll be fine. It's quite good for your skin.
Really?
What we're going to do, guys, is we're going to put the dough balls into the bowl. I think you'll be able to do 4 by 4. And you'll probably find they're just touching. If they're not quite touching, don't worry, but you want them like just about.
You need them touching.
We're not pushing them together. You've got some bigger ones than others. I'm purposely putting a small one there because you've got 2 big ones, Max. So you might have to just.
Oh, here's a small.
They might have to just have a look, because we didn't weigh ours out this time. You don't have to, but if you have some bigger balls and some smaller balls, then you might just have to balance them around the dish to make sure that they all fit nicely. Well done, guys. Lovely. That's it. So they're all touching. I'm going to show that to the camera so they can see. That is the kids' dough balls there. Can they see that?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, do the
So
hair.
what we're going to do
Me, do the
is we're going to cover that in cling film, okay? Oh, hang on. Well done, Max. Did you find it?
Yeah.
Cling film is a bit of a nemesis, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. Right.
Oh,
Hang on, Erin, because you're pulling it and we're not ready.
No.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, it is, Max. It's all the way. Okay, he's done it. Right, well done.
That.
Me,
Right.
me.
Erin. There we go. And we've just covered that with some cling film, and we're going to let that just prove, which is just growing, whilst we make the garlic butter. So don't worry, we have got the garlic still. So first of all, you're going to want 100 grams of butter melted. So I'm going to give this to Mr. Boozy Bakers for a moment, so he won't be taking your comments. But that's 100 grams of butter, and we're just going to put that in the microwave and melt it quickly. If you don't have a microwave, just pop it in a hob in a pan and just melt it down, so you've got a nice melted butter. Yeah, I know you're eager to use the chopper. You have to put it down there because you're not using it at the moment, are you?
Show them what the chopper looks like.
Yeah, so that's for the herbs, isn't it?
Yeah.
You don't have to use that, just a knife spine as well.
Like this.
But you can use it in a minute, but you haven't got any reason to be picking it up at the moment, so we have to be respectful of the equipment, yeah? Thank you. Right.
Completely melted.
Completely melted is the best way. And then we're going to we've got some garlic cloves. You can use easy garlic. I have done that. But we have some nice garlic cloves to use, and I just think they're a little bit more potent. Max, can I give you this job? Do you know what you're doing with them? If you are using garlic cloves and you're not sure what to do, you want to I chop both ends off, I unpeel them, and then I use this and I smash it down on it, gently, like being careful. So do you want to just chop the end off first, where like the...
Can I use the little knife?
Yes, you can.
It might make it easier.
There you go. Thank you. So we've got 100 ml of melted butter there. Mr. Boozy Bakers is taking your comments again.
Right, there were no new comments.
There we go. And Max is just going to... I'm going to help you because there's a few of them, isn't there?
Yeah.
You can smell the garlic already, actually, can't you?
Yeah.
Do we all like garlic in this house?
I love it.
It's the best way to all like garlic because it is quite smelly, isn't it?
Garlic
Well, crush it now.
bread.
Yeah, so I'd probably use the bigger knife to crush it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to move all the bits out the way, Max, so we don't get them confused. So Max is using the side of the knife just to crush the garlic. That's it. And then we're going to chop it once we've got them all ready.
If they are using easy garlic and they like it strong, how much do you suggest?
2-3 teaspoons. I'd probably go 3 teaspoons if you like garlic. So I didn't taste the garlic as much as I'd have liked the other day.
You didn't wear a mask.
But I didn't wear a mask, and Mr. Boozy Bakers regretted eating the garlic bread before he went out shopping. Well done, Max.
This one's looking a bit bad.
It is a bit,
Can
isn't
you use
it?
a garlic press?
Yeah, you can use a garlic press. That one isn't good, so we're not using that.
Sue's freezing half now to put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
I can assume you do the garlic butter when you take them out, ready to put them
Yeah,
in cook.
absolutely.
Now it's Herbie's
Not yet.
time.
How many cloves of garlic are you using?
So we've used 3. I would have used 4, but one of them actually, when Max just unpeeled it, it didn't look so good, so we've discarded it. So we've got 3 cloves there. So yeah, you can start cutting. You will move on to you in a minute, but the problem is there's 2 of you, and anyone watching, if they're doing it by themselves, if I move on to the next bit, they won't be able to keep up, will they? Yeah.
Quite a few people are using lacy garlic.
Don't blame you.
It says on the jar 1 teaspoon is equivalent to 1 clove.
Oh, helps if you read things, doesn't it? So yeah, about 3 teaspoons is good then.
And Louise is grating hers on the rasp.
Yeah, good idea. We keep using gusto meals, which just keep saying chop the garlic, so I've got a bit obsessed with chopping garlic. Well done, Max. Do you want some help?
I'm good.
You're right. I find sometimes rocking. Can I show you? Then I'll give it back, I promise.
Like that?
Yeah, if you use the knife to bring it back together a bit, and then don't bring the knife too far off the board, like that. So I'm just rocking it. It never leaves the
Okay.
board there. See?
Yeah.
And then just bring it back together again. There you go. So I'm going to leave Max to keep chopping that garlic. If you're using easy garlic or you've done it really quickly, you can use dried or fresh herbs. So we've got some parsley. I know, Erin, you're very
I can't see
excited.
the herbs on the screen, so.
Okay, hang on. We'll bring the herbs over. Can we see those?
Yeah.
Yeah, hang on. We'll put them there. So I've got, Erin, a handful of parsley. Hang on. A handful. I'll do one more because I like basil. A handful of basil.
I like basil.
Okay.
Basil is
And then
delicious.
I've got some rosemary, and I'm just going. So I've removed the leaves from the stem, and the rosemary. I'm just going to push those off the stem
Ow!
too. You're right. What did you get yourself on? The prickly rosemary leaves.
Yeah.
There you go. So you've got rosemary leaves in there,
That is my-
and I've just discarded the stalk. We don't want that.
What's your favourite type of herb?
My favourite herb is basil. I love the smell of basil. You smell that.
My favourite is basil too.
You like that. Max, do you like basil?
Oh, that's
Imagine that with some tomatoes and some balsamic.
I like lavender most.
You like lavender?
They should tell. I can chat what their favourite is.
Oh, Erin would like to know what your favourite herb is, guys. So, Erin, with this, you want to bring it all into the middle and really chop it up. You have to move it around so it's chopping up different areas. Max, that looks brilliant.
If using dried herbs, how much?
So I would go for a couple of teaspoons. We've got a nice Italian herb mix, which is perfect for this, but we just thought we'd go with fresh herbs today.
Or we get a lot for mint and basil.
Mint and basil, yeah.
I
Yeah.
like mint.
I think they remind you of summer as well, and I do like a bit of a salad with those.
I like mint and basil.
And mint with new potatoes. Good.
That's good.
Right.
First basil, then mint for
Come
me,
on,
and then rosemary.
unfortunately, darling, you can't stop and talk. You're going to have to do it both at the same time.
If
Right.
you're using frozen herbs, how much would you need?
Oh, I think it condenses down, doesn't it? So you probably need less frozen. Probably go for a good teaspoon. Right, so the garlic we're going to put into the butter. I think that's...
Yeah.
We don't want that, do we?
Karen's using rosemary from their allotment.
Oh, lovely.
That's from our garden.
Right, Max, do you want to give the garlic a bit of a mix in
We've
to
got
the
a lot
butter?
of coriander and rosemary and chives and mint come through, and then Jackie, it says Jackie Roger, tarragon. So,
Oh, nice.
different.
I think the one that I can't get used to is coriander. I don't mind if it's in little bits, but I'm not very good at big bits of coriander. So just to remind as well, the oven, if you do want to put it on, is 220 for conventional, 200 for fan, and gas mark 7. Do you think that's enough garlic?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we've got a lot of people who are using it from their allotment or their garden.
Nice. Now, you all right? If you do want to put a dip to go with this dough balls, I did find the other day, just get a bit of ketchup and put some of your herbs and your garlic. You might have to do a bit extra for it. Put some herb and garlic into a bit of ketchup, and that makes a really nice dip to go with these. Without putting too much effort into it, it made a nice sauce.
Mary's responded to you, Erin. Her favourites are thyme for cooking, basil for salads, and mint for cocktails.
Whoa, I think I'd agree with that. Is that Mary, did you say?
Yeah.
I agree with you, Mary. That sounds good to me. Right. Okay, I think that's ready, Erin.
Show them.
And they're alright to
Yeah.
use coriander if they want to.
You can, it's just different flavours that you're incorporating.
What should they preheat the oven to?
Down
So
here.
220 conventional. Hang on, Erin. 220 conventional, 200 for fan, and gas mark 7. And I've just realised if I have been rubbing my sleeve against my microphone and caused a bit of like, you know, annoyance, I'm really sorry. So you want to show everyone? Let me do that on my. So that's Erin's chopped up herbs. Well done, Erin.
You have it like that, but you can put different leaves, can't they?
Yeah, you can. I'd stick with Italian ones personally, but you don't have to. You can do whatever you like. There we go. So Max is just putting those into the butter. So that is the garlic butter. I suppose you could put chilli in there if you wanted to as well.
Is this going to be like our egg wash?
Yeah, Max. A bit more than that
You
though.
only put one in.
I did put only one in.
Why is not 3 out then?
Because I wanted to give myself options. So Max, could you uncover our dough balls?
Yep.
Brush, using the brush, could you put that all over? You could actually spoon it on as well, but brush it first.
Can I do a bit of spoon?
You can in a minute. Let Max do some. So he's going to brush that onto our dough balls.
This is a bit like egg wash.
It is a bit like doing an egg wash. We're actually going to add a bit more than that though. We don't mind. We're going to let it kind of sit in the garlic butter a bit. So I just want Max to make sure that each one is coated first.
And now I get spoon on.
Yeah, in a minute. Okay, Max?
Yep.
Spoon
Right,
time.
hang on. So we're not going to use all of it. We're going to use about 2/3. We want to leave some so that we can do that again when they're baked.
Yeah.
So, Erin, let's just move that out for a minute. Go on and spoon it on then. But make sure you drizzle it all over the place. That's it. And the next
Try and
row.
get the herbs on them as well.
That's it. Next row.
There's too many herbs.
No, lots of herbs is nice. Go for it. Just try and sprinkle it all like that. That's lovely, Erin. Nice. And the next row.
I'm just going to put a bit of herbs on there.
Is that one missing out, is it?
Yeah.
Use about 2/3 of your mixture over the dough balls and bake them for 20 minutes. Once they should be nice and risen, they should be touching each other and nice and golden. And then you take them out and then just brush them with the remaining butter when they're out on the side.
This one's going like that.
You brush them while they're hot.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, brush them when they're hot.
I'm just trying to get some more herbs.
There we go. That looks really good.
Everyone has to be.
So I'll show you. You can see, I mean, they are swimming. That's enough now, Erin, because otherwise we won't have enough left for later, will we? That's fine. That's fine. So they are swimming in the butter, if you can see that.
Swimming!
And that the dough will absorb that as it cooks. So you won't end up with like a really wet dough or anything.
Swimming.
Yeah, and then when they're baked in 20 minutes, we're just going to use the brush and put the rest of it on. And then that's done, and I would love to see your pictures. Recipe book, first one is available on Amazon, second one will be available soon, fingers crossed. Anything else I need to say?
Buy me a coffee.
Coffee, buy me a coffee.
Buy me a coffee.
If you have enjoyed the workshop and you would like to say thank you, it's not necessary, but if you would like to, we have a page on buymeacoffee.com. I'll put the link up afterwards on our page and on the event page, and you can donate a coffee to us. So as I said, it's not compulsory because we love baking, and I think you two
Mummy.
have had a lovely time.
Mummy.
Yes.
Buy me a coffee.
You do that theme tune to everything. so that's it. Once we're up to temperature, I'll put ours in and I'll take a photo.
Mummy.
Wait.
Can you repeat the temperature?
The temperature is 220 degrees. Go on, Max.
220 degrees.
Speak up.
220 degrees or 200 fan or gas 7.
There we go.
Di's entering her dough balls into a birthday bake-off. Happy birthday to Chris.
Oh, happy birthday, Chris.
And we've got people saying what they're going to be eating theirs with. So we've got Louise
Yeah, go
having
on.
cauliflower and red pepper cheese pasta bake with
Oh,
hers.
yum.
We've got Sue's got a chilli in the slow cooker.
Oh, that would be nice with the chili.
And
Yeah, good
Vanessa's
choice.
having spaghetti bolognese. So.
Oh, yeah,
Yummy,
you like
I
that.
had that for lunch.
You had spaghetti for lunch. We didn't have spaghetti bolognese. That tomatoey sauce with the dough balls. That would be good. So that is us really, guys. I hope you've really enjoyed yourselves.
We've had loads of thank yous, amazing time, so looking forward to joining us on future ones. Claire's children requested smoked haddock and king prawn risotto with their...
Very nice. We are doing, what are we doing next week, do you know?
No.
We are making stained glass windows cookies because what is next week, guys? What month is it?
December.
Yay!
December!
So what, are we going to do all Christmas things in December?
Yeah!
Yay!
And just an idea for those, lots of suggestions of what people are having with their dough balls. If you haven't come up with anything yet, go back to YouTube, have a look at ravioli. It'll go well with that as well.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the pizza making.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right, shall we say goodbye to everyone?
Hang on, one more thing. For the first day of Christmas.
No. Right. Okay. We are going to leave you and we'll see you again either in the week, I might come on live, or we will do another one next week. We'll see you for stained glass cookies. Behave. Right, bye guys.
Bye. Christmas.